What's good, everybody? RJ Sean here, back with another episode of Off the Top Show, Spartan Dog Edition. As you see here on the good screen, I got my good brother, Tony Lippett, aka Lippett. What's happening, partner?
What's the wizard?
Man, let's go ahead and hop right into it here. Detroit Lions unfortunately took the L against the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost 30-17. Game was good. There's some questionable things that I have on my end that I'm definitely going to go ahead and say after you go ahead and give your spiel. 4-2, still second in the NFC North. Had opportunities. There were some questionable calls that I think that Kansas City went ahead and benefited from. I already said it right away. I didn't wait. But go ahead and talk to me about the Lions in this game here.
What questionable calls that you think they benefited from?
There was one where they called that catch and Travis Kelce didn't catch the ball. And then there was one that I remember that it was like a deep shot and they threw a pass interference flag. I forget who it was on. It was not a pass interference. Those were the two that stick out in my mind. And I know they're, for me, I'd have to rewatch it, but just watching it, I just felt like there was a little bit, not saying slighted, but there were some calls that were some questionable calls that the Chiefs got.
Okay. I mean, obviously, me looking at the stats, Kansas City had the ball for 30 more seconds than they had. They had 50 more yards than they had. So it was only 4 penalties this entire game. Detroit Lions ran 53 plays. Chiefs played 62 plays. So it's fairly even. Like, it wasn't like a lot. It wasn't so much lopsided. I think the lopsided part was just Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes was the lopsided part. Like, when you going into Arrowhead, you playing. I don't care what the team look like. They still got Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and you still have to prepare for those guys like they're the champions, because they do know how to turn it on when they need to turn it on. They know how to. They have won. I feel like they have won in so many different ways that there's not a way they haven't won. I ain't gonna say that, but there's not a game they can't win, to me. Like, they didn't won in so many different type of ways, being up, being down, not having a bunch of passing yardage, not having a bunch of passing touchdowns, not having no run game. Like, they didn't won in the Patrick Mahomes era in like so many different ways. So this is just another dominant performance under his belt to me. I mean, he was 22 for 30, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Like, the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes has been getting in his bag. He's been getting in his bag, and he's been finding guys open. He's been using his legs more. He's adjusting to the game. Like, he's adjusting to his roster, because obviously we see that they're having a little problems in the backfield. They're just not producing enough out of that backfield right now. So he's saying, hey, I'm gonna run the ball 10 times a game. I'm gonna scramble out here. I'm gonna control the game in that way as well. Travis Kelce is getting back in his groove. 7 targets, 6 catches, 78 yards. And then you got guys like Juju Smith-Schuster still kind of producing in this system. I mean, obviously I think he went somewhere else. He went to New England. He went to New England after he left the Chiefs the first time, and I don't think he ain't really played New England like that. I guess he had like some type of knee injury that they were talking about. Like, bro, this is career threatening. He'd never play again. Yeah. But that was like 3 years ago. Like, he's been on the Chiefs ever since playing receiver. So maybe this is just a great system for him. Hollywood Brown, 4 catches, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then you got that one guy coming back. I think he comes back this week, if I'm not mistaken. Rasheem Rice. Yeah. He was out for the first 6 games. So, yeah. So, who knows? He may be playing at 1 o'clock in Arrowhead versus the Raiders. And the Raiders always play them tough. I don't think they'll do it this year, because the Raiders ain't really Raidering right now. But I mean, you add their offense been looking good over the last few weeks, and then you add Rasheem Rice in there, and he was coming off an injury last year as well. So, but I think he got hurt around like week 4 or week 5. So it'd be like damn near a whole calendar year from the time he played. And he's a young guy, so he should be able to bounce back. But he a problem on offense too. So the Chiefs are kind of figuring it out and getting it rolling right now at a really good time. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. The Lions, they just just didn't really have it this game. You know, they just didn't really have it. They couldn't really score no points like that. Not really. Like their offense couldn't really do anything. What Gibbs do? I mean, Gibbs. This was probably a shutdown day for Gibbs. 17 carries, 65 yards, and he had no catches, or he had one catch for 0 yards. So that's like a shutdown day. And then you got Montgomery as well, 4 for 24. So it just showed me that the Lions still have to figure out how can they throw themselves into the game to win the game. You're not going to be able to turn around and hand the ball off all the time because you might be down 14-zip. You might be down 17-7. Right. And now you have to throw the ball more. Jared Goff has to show that he can go and do that. I'm not saying he can't, but you got to do it a few times so we can believe that you can do it. This was an opportunity for him to go and showcase that. He wasn't able to get it done. He only got sacked one time. He was 23 for 29, 203 yards, which is cool, but you stop Gibbs, you stop Brown. What is this team? Because this team is really a bunch of yak yardage.
Right.
A bunch of yak yardage. You get the ball and go. It's more yak. But if you catch the ball, you tackle them right there and limit the big playability, it kind of, puts shackles around this Lions offense a little bit. So 17 points, that's not good for the Lions. Let me see. They just put up 52 a few weeks ago. So, and they lost it this year. They scored under 20 points. Versus the Packers, they scored 13. Versus the Chiefs, they scored 17. Every other game, they're above 30. 34 to be exact. So they need to score points. They're not really an ugly type of win team. You got to score points. You have to score points. Oh, good game. Good Sunday night game. I enjoyed it. Patrick Mahomes looked like he backed on his magical shit. Maybe that was a Super Bowl preview, Maybe Lions Chiefs is the Super Bowl pick. Who knows? We shall see. But good game by both teams. Bad loss by the Lions, but well, they got the Bucks next week. That's gonna be tough too. Shit.
Yeah. No, I was literally just about to go ahead and say that, but you obviously went ahead and addressed that. Big bounce back at home. See if you can go ahead and refocus and do what you got to do. Crazy stat here with Patrick Mahomes. He is 13 of 6 on career Sunday night football games. Total, he's thrown for over 40 TDs. In interceptions, he's only threw 14. His passer rating is 96.4. 13 and 6 on Sunday night football games. It's pretty crazy.
So he is playing. Yeah, he's played in 19 Sunday night football games in like 6 years, 7 years.
It's crazy.
When did he get in the league? I think he got in the league, right? Like what, 2017, 18? That was the year he was kind of like playing.
I think so.
I think it was 2018. That's when he won. Either 2018 or 2019 is when he won it.
It says 2017. Well, 2018.
Okay,
probably.
He ain't play that year because that was his first year.
Facts.
2018, 2019 is when he won MVP.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it's been 7 years. He's played on Sunday Night Football 19 times. You got some guys that ain't played on Sunday Night Football ever, and he's played on there 19 times. So that just shows you how how he's driving the force at the quarterback. How he's must see TV for sure.
No, absolutely. They got the Bucks. Is that game at noon or is that like a 3:25 game?
No, that's Monday night.
Monday night? Another primetime game. Let's see if they can go and get that taken care of. Let's move on over here. Michigan State football went ahead and lost to the UCLA Bruins, 38-13. Scored once in the first quarter and then didn't score until the fourth. It is just not looking good here. As we are seeing, we're not getting the quarterback play that we need out of our main guy. The backup came in and obviously threw a touchdown, damn near the same amount of completions. I'm going to be completely honest here. I watched the game on my phone. I didn't even try to go ahead and watch it whatsoever. And because I feel that I already kind of knew the outcome of this game by just seeing what the first quarter held. There's a lot of speculation, obviously, right now with just coaches in general going around, seeing that James Franklin went ahead and got booted. Obviously, our guy, Jonathan Smith, is at that top of the list right now. Where are we at? I mean, I'm at a loss for words right now and kind of to go ahead and talk about this Michigan State Spartan team. 3-3. You look at all the other games that are ahead of us right now, and it looks like there's not even a chance for us to go ahead and win any type of game the way that we've been playing. We've talked about this already, kind of the schedule for the next 6 games. You got Indiana in Indiana. You got Michigan coming to East Lansing. You're at Minnesota, at Penn State. Penn State is home. Then you're at Iowa, and then you finish with Maryland. I don't see a win on this schedule at all. Not one at all. Talk to me about kind of what you're seeing as of right now and what this, I guess you can say right now what the season will entail, because I think we already kind of see what's going to happen if we're keeping it real. Like, we don't really sugarcoat things on a podcast here. You can see what's going on with this football team.
Yeah, we're just not a good football team. We're just not a good football team all around. Once again, you have special team problems. Once again, they ran a fake on us. So another special teams problem. When your special teams is not coached well, I feel like your whole team is not coached well. Like, I've never seen a team that like had really good offense and really good defense and a terrible special teams. Like, it's just the energy of the team. And then special teams is really just one play. You have one job. You have one play to do one thing. It ain't a series of plays. It's special teams is one play. Punt return, kickoff, and kick return. All that shit is one play. All out for one play. I mean, we just, we're just not that good at all. Honestly. Yeah, like you said, the first possession of the game we drive the ball 75 yards down for a touchdown. That's like the first 10 plays. The scripted plays. When you're going into the game, the script, you got about, most people call it the first 15. You got first 15 plays. You usually say, okay, the first 3 drives, I'm going to call them like this. You feel me? The first 3 possessions, drives, however you want to break it down, I'm going to call it like this. This is going to be the order. This is why I'm going to call that. We're going to work on this shit all week. We're going to work on these plays all week. But after that, now you have to play the game. Now you have to play the situation. Now you have to play the down and distance. Now you have to play the X's and O's, the Jimmys and Joes. Like, okay, the game plan was to go over here with him, but he fumbled early. So now I got to swing the pendulum and go somewhere else. And I got to be able to do that. I have to know what I have to do with that. We're just not a good team. We're just not a good team. And I'm watching the game. It's homecoming. You got everybody and their mom up there. You feel me? Feel what I'm saying? Like, they ain't played at home in like 3 weeks because they had 2 away games in a row and they had a bye week in there. So they ain't really had a home game in 3 weeks. Like, the energy should be there. You feel what I'm saying? You should be pumped. You should be ready to go. You should be feeling good. You should be ready to, move past what happened the previous week. Move past the Nebraska loss, move past that and come home and get a win on homecoming for the fans, for the people, for the alumni, and shit, just for yourself, honestly. And then you go out there and you get beat 38. I'm going to say 38-7 because it was 38-7 damn near the whole game. They was up all game, by double digits, making plays. The running back. The running back for first of all, they ran the ball. Oh my, they ran the ball like crazy. They walked into Spartan Stadium and ran the ball for 238 yards. Dominated the time of possession with 36 minutes. They had more penalties, but they have more first downs, more plays, more passing yards. Of course that, because our passing game is but Jalen Berger, do you remember him? He played for us. He came from Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
And a few years ago, he had played for the Spartans. I didn't even know this motherfucker was still in college. It's crazy. I didn't even know he was still in college. I thought he was a senior back then, but you never know with this college shit. You never know, bro. So
never.
I'm watching the game, and they like, yeah, number 0 Berger. He used to be. I'm like, okay, is that the same one? He must have like a brother or something. They're like, no, that's the one that was here a few years ago. He had 3 touchdowns. Balling, running the ball with ease, doing his thing, catching the ball out the backfield, looking good. The quarterback looking good. I watched the quarterback in the red zone. He went from read 1, 2, 3, 4 to throw the check down to the running back, and the Berger score. I say, bro, he really just had time in the red zone to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, check down. Getting his feet set on each one. And then when he finally say, okay, I'm going to throw it right here, touchdown. I'm like, bro, he looked smooth, bro. He looked, that quarterback for UCLA looked good, especially the last 2 weeks. Yeah, it's just a bad loss for us, though, man. Bad loss. We don't have a lot of playmakers on this team, if any. I just don't see it. I just don't see us. It kind of looked like I'm not gonna say we quit. Give me a few weeks and I'll let you know on that. But it kind of looked like they just wasn't playing with no energy. They wasn't playing with no passion. They wasn't flying around. They wasn't having fun. They were just there because they had to be there. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. But yeah, we just got smacked, man. It's a bad loss, another bad loss. The schedule ain't looking promising. We've been saying that. Yeah, it's looking dark in East Lansing, man. But we'll see, man. I don't even know what the hell to say for real. But we just look bad though, and I don't like it. I don't think it was nothing positive from that game like that. Honestly, nothing at all. So changes need to be made for sure. You ask me what changes? I don't know. I'm just a bystander. But something need to change.
Well, like we said earlier, talking about the schedule, they got the Indiana Hoosiers who are on fire right now, and they got them at the crib, ranked number 3 in the country. So that one's at 2:30 p.m. Whew, Lord have mercy. I don't even want to know what's going to happen during that game, but we shall see. Moving on here quickly, the Detroit Tigers unfortunately went ahead. Season wrapped up. They went ahead and lost against the Marlins. I mean, that game, you can't go out and say that they didn't put a fight up. I mean, for God's sakes, my eyes were literally burning through 15 innings. Obviously, there was a situation where they had the bases loaded. They couldn't capitalize on that. And once that happened, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is definitely the time where it's gonna be where the Seattle goes ahead and takes care of it. They did. They got a little gapper ball game. But you can't go ahead and fault this Detroit Tigers team. They had a great season, 87 wins. Kind of was a little shaky towards the end of the year, but then they came back and fought back. Had a great 3-game series with the Guardians, having to go ahead and go to Cleveland, win those games to get into the situation with the Seattle Mariners. Got my boy Lip invested in the baseball team. He didn't watch a couple games, maybe 1 or 2. He was at least checking on it. Gotta understand, last year, folks, we were not seeing this man think of anything that had to go ahead and associate with baseball. But talk to me about your Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers.
Hey, man, tough loss, man. Tough loss. I'm sitting there watching the game 5. I turned it on. I think it was like inning 7. So I turned it on. Next thing I look up, it's like inning 11. I'm like, damn. Okay, so it must be like a sudden death then. Whoever get the next hit, they win it all. But I don't know. That might not be how I go either. It might be like, hey, they gotta get another chance too. I don't fucking know. But I look up again, it's 13 innings. I'm like, dog, somebody gotta do something, bro. Like, somebody gotta do something. Like, at the end of the day, this is about the Jimmies and the Joes. Nah, somebody gotta step up and make a play somewhere.
Yeah.
To win this game. But unfortunately, we ain't sealed the deal. We ain't finished the drill. Yes, I mean, it's not good that we, lost one at the crib. We lost one at the crib and gave them a chance to come back in front of their home crowd for a closeout game. I'm sure, I don't care what sport you're playing, I'm sure closeout games is tough no matter where you at. But if you on the road, I know it's even tougher, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you split the first 2 games on the road and then you go back home 1-1 with a chance to back-to-back games to end it all. But you lose game 3. I think they lost game 3. They lost game 3 or something like that. It's just like, man. But I mean, they got close. Like I said, I was a little invested. I was a little invested a little bit. Maybe, hey, who knows, man? Maybe I might watch it some more. Maybe not. I don't know. But it was cool. I wasn't tripping though. So it was a good season for them. Shit, I just got to ask some closers. Obviously, they missing some type of closer. If it's a catcher, if it's a hitter, If it's just a great decision maker, if it's coaching, they're missing something to close the games, and they need to close the game. Especially when them games be like 2-1. It's like, bro, ain't nobody gonna knock this bitch out the park. Ain't nobody gonna make a big play. Like, somebody got to make a big play, right? If you got good hitters or big hitters or motherfuckers that can really throw the ball, like, they have to make plays. So you just need playmakers, man. Obviously, the system works, so it's now just trying to continue to add to the system and see how that go.
Facts. Detroit Pistons, we got opening night for them for the NBA. That is October 22nd. They face the Bulls. Then the 24th, they face the Rockets. And then Sunday, they go ahead to Boston to face the Celtics. I'm excited. I know me and you talk about the NBA. I'm excited to see what goes down in the East. I'm excited to see what goes down in the West. Talk to me briefly here about the Pistons. Obviously, I rattled off those 3 games that they start out with. What are we thinking?
I think this will be good. Like I said, I think they are one of the healthier teams in the East. They're getting Jaden Ivey back and bringing him into this situation. And, hopefully he can be another slasher, another guard that can score and put points on the board. That's with and without Cade Cunningham on the court. I just feel like his value is really going to be, like, they're going to pay attention to what he does this, like, beginning of the season. Like, these first few months of the season, I'll probably say until, like, around Christmas. These first few months of the season for Jaden Ivey is going to be important because I'm sure they're going to use his name into the trade bait if he ain't panning out to be what they need him to be or what they wanted him to be. And I think it's good for him too, like, now you're actually playing for something. You know what I'm saying? Before, you maybe you were playing for something before, but the team wasn't really that competitive now. But now, when you left, the team got competitive as fuck. And now you coming back into the situation to see if you can make it fit, see if you can make it work. Or
Right.
are you on your own terms or own time? We will see. So, like I said, they're fairly the younger team right now in the East. And they should play. They should play every night. They should fucking compete every night. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be good in the East. They should be fighting for a top seed for sure. If not the 1 spot, definitely top 3. I think they need to be top 3 for sure. Just to put them, first off, home court advantage. Home court advantage, you feel me, for the Pistons, that'll be great. You already see how it is with the Lions.
Yep.
Motherfuckers from the city gonna come out. They gonna come out, they gonna be loud, they gonna be talking shit, all of that. Like, that's just what it is. So, shout out to the Pistons, man. The season's around the corner. Shit, literally, 6-7 days away?
Yep.
So, let's get it. It's expectations now. Like, now you got expectations. It's going to be different. You ain't going to catch nobody off guard now. And that's when Cade Cunningham going to have to take his game to another level because you're not catching nobody off guard no more now. Now motherfuckers is going to come into playing you, and it's going to be for real. That's the thing about expectations. You got to keep growing, too. So we're going to see how that go, though. Shout out to the Pistons, though.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and move on here. Obviously, getting done talking about our Michigan area. Let's get to the Speak On It segment here. Let's go ahead and rewind here for these great games that were played. Week 6, Giants, man. 34-17 over the Eagles. Jackson Dart, Scattaboo, Robinson, the defense making timely plays.
Yeah.
Going ahead and scoring 2 scores on the defending Super Bowl champs at your crib, taking care of business. Talk to me about this. This was a huge win for the New York Giants.
No, this is a big win. This is a big win for them on a short week. Division games are always tough. I don't know if division games should be played on a Thursday. I just don't. I don't know how I feel about, because division games mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you need your lot of time to play in a game. Like, you need your full rest to play in a division game. I don't feel like they should put division games on Thursday, because that's just, if we talking about a world of fair and unfair, I don't think that's fair to. I don't think that's great for the game of football either. Putting division games on Thursday night, a short week, no practice. You're just gonna say go out there and roll out there and play each other. Like, this game really means something. We can't be losing. Giants looked well. They came out with a spark. You can tell the spark is because of Jackson Dart. Like, he's gonna do some. Sometimes he's gonna do some wild stuff because he played with this edge that's really dope. But sometimes it come bite him in his ass later on. But I think he his game and his passion for the game, it electrifies the entire team. That's why I see that. Like you said, Scatterbo, shit, he had a fucking career night for real. 19 carries, 98 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like, and then he also had 2 catches for 12 yards, 110 total yards, and 21 touches and 3 touchdowns. But that's a career night. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a career night. He looks good. He's played with passion. His team just look good, man. Obviously, I want that defense to show up a little bit more. But they defense, they made some plays in the secondary. I like
Yes, they
22.
did.
What's his name? 22, the corner 22. I think it's Phillips. I like Phillips. Floyd made a was it Floyd? Floyd made a big play. Flott. Was it Flott?
Yeah,
He made a
Flots.
big
Yep.
play in the red zone, jumping the out route in the red zone, almost taking that back to the crib. That looked good. That looked textbook. You can't throw it late to the flat at all. You can't throw it late to the outside at all because DBs are severe and come down to make a play on the ball, and that's exactly what he did. I love to see a corner like make a play like that, like instead of just knocking it down or dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Like some motherfuckers be just dropping it or knock it down and get hyped. No, make the whole play. Make the whole play. So yeah, they beat down the Eagles, bro. Like if you watch the game, they beat the Eagles down. Like the whole game, they was kind of just beating the Eagles down. The Eagles have some issues on that offense. It can be play calling, it can be decision making. Sometimes I think Jalen Hurts, like I said this a couple weeks ago. I said he won this by he already won a Super Bowl by playing this style of football, this style of quarterback. So it's going to be hard for him to get out of that now when he's won a Super Bowl by just doing that. So now he's maybe holding on to the ball a little bit longer instead of just forcing the ball on the field. Because he like, bro, we won this way. I don't need to force the ball down to y'all no more and all these things. And I don't care if it's for stats or numbers. It don't matter because we won already. So I'm gonna continue to play the way that I play because I'm gonna be here. I think he started to kind of look at it like that. Like I'm gonna be here. You feel me? Like especially with these quarterbacks, they got to be a certain level of, I don't know, but some quarterbacks are arrogant. You feel me? Like they are arrogant as hell. And it's like he like, bro, at the end of the day, if you do leave, let's say you leave for the next 5 years, I'm gonna be Philadelphia quarterback. So they're gonna continue to build the system around me because I done showed them I could win, and that's what it's gonna be. So I'm not about to be forcing the ball to you on the outside. I don't need no receiver like that. Give me some good running games, tight end, offensive line, and we'll push this motherfucker until we can't no more. Great game for the Giants. Giants might be on the up and up. They one of those surprising teams that if they can get it going, they can make it, make it competitive for themselves. So shout out to them getting a good win, especially versus the Eagles. I don't think they beat them in a long time. So shout out to winning that big game and spoiling another time for because Saquon, I don't think he played last year. He didn't play in New York. Did he play in New York last year? I think he did. The last game of the year, they played the Giants because that was the one he could have broke the record on.
Yeah, and
but he didn't play. Remember? Was it in Philly or was it in New York?
That shit was in Philly.
Oh, was it in Philly? Okay,
yeah,
so he did play.
I remember they were like buzzing that up to where like they were trying to figure out like, okay, if he does break the record, he gets out second half. And then like that was a confirmed actual, idea going into that game, and then he didn't play at all.
Okay, so but they spoiled it for him. I mean, every time he go back there, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be sometimes it's gonna be hectic a little bit when he go back there. It's gonna be competitive, it's gonna be noise and chaos everywhere. So he wanna win just like they wanna win. And then for Scatterbo to have a night like that on the night that he returns, like, they can all be like, oh, we made the right decision, We made the right decision. We got 3 touchdowns on our running back. We all right. We gonna be okay. So, but shout out to the Giants though, man. They like that on the up and up.
Yeah, man. But boy, Jalen Hurts looked a little suspect that game. I ain't gonna lie. A couple other guys as well, but mainly him. One vivid thing that I remember when he had threw that pick, AJ Brown was wide open in the middle of the field. I'm like, bro, what are you looking at? Like, what's going on? But shout out to the Giants. Like you said, huge win. Monday night football. What's going on with them Bills, man? Falcons, 24-14. You heard what this man said last week. Or he might have not have said it last week, or he might have said it to me personally. But that boy Bijan Robinson, oh my God, different. And I had tweeted saying that he might be able to go ahead and beat the rushing record this year if he stays on this pace. Penix Jr. looked good. That was a great win. Bills got to be a little bit worried here. We're losing 2 in a row, and Josh Allen having 2 interceptions. I thought we don't do that no more because we got you now at a higher statue, being top 3 in the NFL at the quarterback position. What's going on? Talk to me about this game, man. This was one of those for the Falcons, huge. For Bills, I'm like, hey, this you lose to the Falcons and the Patriots
in back-to-back weeks. Back-to-back weeks. Let me see. Yeah, man, yeah. Threw an interception. Josh Allen threw an interception in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter. That ain't good. I had picked the Falcons to win this game. I just feel like it was gonna be live. I feel like the atmosphere was gonna be dope. I feel like they got the offense to compete with the Bills. They do. Obviously, Drake London, if you watched him last night, bro, he looked good last night. He looked strong. He looked rangy. Like he looked good. For real. Drake London looked good at wide receiver last night. 10 catches for 158 yards. 1 tutty. Should have had 2 if he don't fucking get his. I don't know how you let your foot touch, bro. How you get so close to the end zone and don't get. I don't want. Bro, never. Never, bro. I be thinking like, bro. I was also thinking. I know this shit is random. I was thinking like, bro, I've never like scored a touchdown in my life, and I thought about like dropping the ball before I got in the end zone.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that's random, but we see guys doing that shit, and I just feel like that shit is weird as hell, bro. Like, bro, why are you dropping the ball and you didn't even score yet? I never really understood that. I'm like, but that got to be some, I don't really score touchdowns like that in my life type shit. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know. Because if you're a running back in NFL, you scored a lot of touchdowns in your lifetime. So you shouldn't be dropping the ball like you ain't never been there before. Like, I don't know. That shit is kind of weird. But Drake London, the beast. He got getting that last, but Bijan Robinson, bro. I watched the game last night. I watched it. And I'm watching him run the ball, bro. It be looking like motherfuckers be running in slow motion when they buy him. Like when he be jump cutting, that shit be so smooth. It's like it's balanced on both ways too. Both legs, he can do the same type of cuts and bump, jump cut. I'll be looking like, bro, this motherfucker was out there dancing on them boys last night, bro. He took over that game. And he made it better for Penix. Because Penix was trying to throw the ball to the other team, boy. But at the end of the game, he threw one. At the end of the game, he threw a fucking slant route. But Shaq Thompson, it went right between his hands. This was going to the crib. It was 14-21 right there. Before they kicked the field goal. Couple balls straight through the Bills defender's hands. He got to get that shit out of his system. But man, I'm turning around and giving the ball to Bijan. Bijan looked good. He looked electric on some LT shit. He looked like, but it's LaDainian Tomlinson shit, but he's also fast too. And in that 81-yard run he broke last night, when he just broke, bruh, you couldn't tell me that he wasn't about to get tackled right there. You couldn't tell me he wasn't about to get tackled. That motherfucker broke that tackle and took off. I was like, nah, bro. See, you can't teach that shit. Like, you can't teach. That was just when they called that play, they said, "Hey, we about to probably get about 6-7 yards." You know, we calling this zone stretch play to get 6-7 yards. Next thing you know, this nigga break for an 81-yard run. He's electric, bro, and that's why the Falcons gonna have a chance. And that Falcons D line too. That Falcons D line got after it yesterday. That Falcons D line, like, even when they didn't force him to throw a pick or they didn't get a sack, bro, they was on that. They was playing. I like the way number 20 played too. Is it Alfred? Yep. That slot corner, I like the way he played football too. He played 6 tackles, 4 solo, 1 sack, 1 TFL, 1 interception, and 3 PBUs. He had a night. That's a night. For real. So The Falcons look good, man. They just got to show some level of consistency. That's what it is with the Falcons. They got to show some level of consistency. That's a big win for Michael Penix. Even though it's at home, I don't give a damn. I had the Bills winning.
Yeah.
But before the game, I thought, like, okay, the Falcons can win that game because Bijan Robinson can change this whole shit up. And that's exactly what he did. 200 all-purpose yards. Did he have 200?
Yeah, more than that.
Yep. Yeah, he had 200 and damn 240 all-purpose yards, 1 touchdown. Game changer, man. Moving the chains, breaking tackles, all that shit. Cold. Coldest running back in the game, for sure.
Absolutely. When you get more than 2.5 sacks, man, on that defense, you damn near winning that game. They were all over Josh Allen last night, and that was on Monday night, excuse me. That was something, boy.
But you did bring up something before. You were talking about Josh Allen and him losing 2 games in a row. They haven't lost 2 games in a row in a while. And he's turned the ball over in these games as well. And he kind of owed Josh Allen these last couple games too. Like, he started pressing the moment when it's funny how when James Cook ain't fucking balling out and doing all this amazing shit out the backfield and scoring touchdowns and doing all that, they offense look a little stagnated. What is that? Is it the receivers? I don't know. I seen Palmer make a great catch last night. I thought Shakir was going to definitely have more than 3 catches for 33 yards. I thought he was going to have about 10 catches.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. They just, when they ran that little reverse on 3rd and 1 or that little jet sweep thing on 3rd and 1, that's when I'm like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, they be coaches tricking themselves, bro. Just get a ball to your best players. That was a fumble. Didn't the Falcons get the ball back after that?
I think that was a fumble.
Yeah, it was a fumble. Like, they messed up the mesh, and I don't know if they got back on it or the Falcons got back on it, but either way, the Falcons got the ball back. It's like, bro, how about just get a fucking ball to Josh Allen or just give it to James Cook? Trying to be too cute, man. They got to stop that shit. Josh Allen, I don't know. You know, you looking a little... I mean, they got the Panthers this week. They lose to the Panthers, boy. I mean, no, they got a bye week this week. But if they come off that bye week and lose to the Panthers been looking good. The Panthers been trying to get some shit going on over there. So, but they lose to the Panthers, boy. We know something.
Man, we definitely will know something. He needs to take that damn visor off. Well, let's move on over here to the Chicago Bears Commanders. That was the second game that was on Monday night. They went ahead. The Bears won that 25-24. Caleb Williams looked very good, played winning football. Swift was another running back that was doing whatever he wanted to do out there. Swift was the main guy doing whatever he needed to do, running, catching, similar to B.J. Robinson this game. Defense looked stout for the Bears, got their turnovers when need be. Then they go ahead, game-winning drive. Caleb Williams does what he needs to do to put his kicker in position to win. They do it. He wins. This was a good game by the Bears. Talk to me about this one here from a Commander standpoint. Obviously, Jaden Daniels had 3 touchdowns, but still an interception. And it just looked like they really couldn't get anything going kind of in the second half. Talk to me about it.
The Commanders, this was Jaden Daniels' second game back because he had missed a couple games due to injury. Yeah, so this was his second game back. They had injuries as well. Obviously, McLaurin wasn't playing, so that's a big shot to your offense, and you ain't got your number 1 wide receiver playing. So now you're playing with guys. I think it was Moore. He made a great play on that touchdown catch for sure, but we don't really know who he is. They shut down Deebo Samuel as well. 4 catches for 15 yards and 1 carry for negative yards, so they did their thing on him. Washington just need more weapons on offense. This is also a great win for the Bears, though, as well, because remember last year, the Bears had lost this game on the tip catch at the end of the game. I think it was in Washington as well.
Yep.
I don't know, but it was in Washington. But this is their second time matching up against each other, and they was the number 1 pick, number 1 and number 2 draft picks back-to-back in the same class, same year. So they started their little rivalry going against each other, and now they 1-1 versus each other. And this is a good win for Chicago, especially at the end, knowing that Jaden Daniels, or they kind of messed up the exchange and fumbled the ball when they could have been up. You feel me? Like if I'm not mistaken, they was already in field goal range.
Yeah, they were up. They're up 2 points or 1 point,
Yeah,
I
they was up.
think.
Yeah, they was up.
Yeah, they're up 2.
Yeah, so they was up 2. So it's a great win for Chicago. Chicago needs something. They need some love over there. Chicago needs some love over there. So a great road win for them. That's a great win. I mean, some people think Washington is this killer team, and they can be there. We seen what Jaden Daniels did last year, and we put him up there to the top, and that made this people take this Washington team a little bit more serious. So for you to walk into this arena, your homecoming as well, because I think they say he went to school with less than 10 miles from the arena. Had a bunch of people there. This is Caleb Williams. He went out there and did his thing. Went out there and came home with a win. So I'm sure that's gonna rub everybody in that locker room the right way. And they're gonna continue to move forward with that. They definitely gonna continue to build on that. So shout out to the Bears for getting that W. Washington have to play better. They lost at home on Monday Night Football. They have to play better. They have to make more plays. They have to get healthy. They just got to figure it out because it's this NFL. You ain't just gonna be able to roll your jerseys out there and beat any team just because you think you're supposed to beat them. Obviously, that's not the case. So, good win for the Bears.
And last but not least here, man, we have one guy that definitely needs to be talked about here, Baker Mayfield. Let me just go ahead and talk for these. We have played already 6 games. Completion percentage throughout those 6 games total, we have 66.2. Total yards, 1,539. TDs, 12 TDs and only 1 interception with a quarterback rating of 108. Now let's go to this Niners game. He had no starting wide receivers this entire game. Let me say that again. He didn't have any of his wide receivers that he normally started with before this game and went out there and won the game with 17 of 23 from the field, 256 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns. Can we go ahead and say that this man is in front for the MVP race right now throughout these 6 games? I mean, this is incredible. He is doing what we knew he can do. Obviously, we know his previous history before coming to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We've talked about multiple times on here that it's about the system that you go ahead and get into that can make you flourish. He's found his team. He's found his coaches. He's found his quarterback. He's found quarterback coach. He's found his offensive coordinator. It takes time to get to where you need to get to. Talk to me about Baker Mayfield, man. This is incredible.
Baker, offense coordinator last year, was the head coach for the Jaguars right now. That's the Cohen. He was his offense coordinator last year. He went on to become a head coach. The previous year to that was the head coach that coached Carolina. Steve, I think his name's Steve it's something like that. Whoever the Panthers head coach is right now, he was the offense coordinator for Baker Mayfield 2 years ago. So 2 years in a row, Baker has been in, this is 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, he has been in 3 different systems, 3 different verbiages, 3 different coaches, 3 different philosophies, 3 different schemes, all of that. 2 coaches he played well enough to where those coaches went on to get head coaching jobs. That's fucking great. And the coach he have right now is probably I'm sure they love their offense coordinators becoming head coaches all over the NFL. That might be a conversation they need to be talking about something else because one of the offense guys just got fired. They just don't know how to read the room. Offensive coaches probably just don't know how to read the room like that. They don't. They might know how to call plays, but they don't really know how to read the room, feel the room out. But that's another conversation for another day. Baker doing his thing right now. I would definitely say he's front runner for the MVP right now. I'm gonna put him up there. I would knock Jared Goff and Dak Prescott down. I think it's really, I'm gonna put Patrick Mahomes back in there kind of for real. So Baker, Patrick, you can throw Bijan Robinson in there. You can throw Jonathan Taylor in there. So 2 running backs and 2 quarterbacks. Those are the names that I'm putting there right now. But those are the guys. But Baker Mayfield is definitely leading the way. 5-1 right now. Monday Night Football coming up against the Lions in Detroit. He go in there and win that game. Is on. They might gonna be out Ibuka. I think he had a hamstring injury. He didn't finish the game. I think he went out in the first quarter. Godwin didn't play last week. Mike Evans didn't play last week. So he's throwing to, I'm not going to say they nobodies because they making a name for themselves, and they was out there scoring touchdowns as well. But obviously, Ted Johnson, he played for Oregon last year. We all know the speedster guy. It was another Johnson. I didn't even know him, but he was making some plays out there too. You got Auden. You got Sterling Shepard, a vet in the game, and K Johnson. Yeah, so K Johnson, whoever he is, he had 4 catches for 64 yards. Like, he just reloading. He reloading 23 pass attempts off this dub too. 23. Not a game where he throwing 45. He threw 23 pass attempts. And Mac Jones threw 39. Mac Jones had 347 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Baker Mayfield had 17 completions, 256 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, like I said, all them teams that be having all them hype, oh yeah, you threw for 400 passing yards. It don't always mean that you're winning. You know what I'm saying? So, Baker has landed in the right situation at the right time for the right team. And they need to pay him right now. Like, I think they guarantee his last year. They guarantee his last year. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. If Tua can get $40, $50 million a year and they can guarantee him that, dog need to be up there as well. And I ain't saying he got to be the richest motherfucker because you want to be able to still build and have guys around you for that team. But if he can, well, Dak making what, 60 a year? If Baker was like, hey, you know, I'll just take 51 and we'll use the 9 a year, you feel me, to add to bringing more players in and help with the salary cap. 50 and 60 million, yeah, it's a $9 million difference, but man, you know, you're a quarterback, you're gonna see all of that. So
right.
You making 50 million a year, he gonna be good. But I'm saying, Bucks better do that right now. They should be at his table talking his agents right now. Like, we got a 4-year, 5-year deal, $300 million. Well, however it line up, we gonna figure it out because I think they have a quarterback right now, and that's what I love to see. If I ain't never seen a comeback story, Baker shit Baker shit is a comeback story. Like,
absolutely,
because he's playing at an MVP level right now. When he was drafted number 1 overall, didn't really play well early, had some whatever, then fuck around and went to 2 or 3 other teams.
Yeah,
and they was down and out on him, and then he come back. And now he's in the MVP talk with this team and playing some of the best football quarterback for the last 3 years. He's been playing some of the best quarterback we've seen. And we've seen it 2 seasons in a row. So it ain't like it's a gimmick. Like, he ain't just doing it. Ain't no gimmick no more. Like, he doing his fucking thing. So Bucks better pay that man. Give him every cent he worth. Because he keeping y'all afloat, and y'all would be New Orleans if y'all didn't have a quarterback right now. Yeah, so pay that man, make sure he good, and y'all good. So shout out to Baker Mayfield, man. He playing at an MVP level right now. Keep it going, bro. Keep it going.
Facts. Before we now go ahead and head out, I forgot to go ahead. You had mentioned this earlier. Obviously, coaches getting fired, but you said offensive coordinators getting fired. Obviously, the Titans head coach went ahead and got released. Talk to me about that before we go and take these beautiful people out.
I remember I got on here a few weeks ago, and after Cam Ward had said them comments like, to be honest with y'all, we just ass. And I'm like, bro, you can't say that. 2 or 3 weeks later, his head coach get fired. You don't think they got something to do with? Bro, you went on there and you just told your team, told the world that your fucking coaches are trash. That's what you talking. We see the roster. We see the roster ain't really worth a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? But even then, coaches should be able to know enough to where they can get you to play hard. But if you only got coaches that's only focused on the offensive end, bro, offensive coaches and defensive coaches, they live in 2 different worlds. Offensive coaches want to control everything. They want to control everything. That's why they call the plays and the formations and all that. Defensive coaches is literally like the best reactors to things. What you mean by that, Lip? Reactors is like, nigga, I don't know what you gonna run on this play. I just gotta be in the best position that I can be in to make a play. I don't know what you're gonna run. I honestly don't know. But I gotta be the best reactor to what I think you're gonna do. So being that, it's like I'm rocking with the team more. I'm kicking with the players more. Obviously, bro, most of the time, defensive players talk way more than offensive players talk. If you've been in locker rooms or even practice, whatever it is, the defense spends so much more time communicating than the offense do. So you damn near kind of like a leader by just you kind of just by a leader just anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like because you talking. You got to talk to people. You got to get to know people. You got to be able to, interact with people and deal with people and get to people and get the best out of people. With offense, it ain't really like that all the time, bro. Offense is like, hey, you got to run this scheme or you can't do it. All right, baby, we're going to find somebody else that can do it. It ain't really like, hey, it ain't so much more communication. It's just like, okay, if you can't do it or if you don't want to do it this way, I'm going to just bring somebody else in to do it. That's just how that is. I mean, it's like that in the whole league, but on defense, it's just more communicating. So that's why defensive coaches usually work better with the whole locker room because they talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Offensive coaches don't talk to everybody. Offensive coaches don't even talk to everybody. Offensive coaches don't come and talk to the defense themselves. They don't come into the defensive meeting rooms and talk to them like that. They be too busy worried about offense. So there's a natural disconnect anyway with that. Because when you're dealing with offensive players, you're dealing with a certain type of player. When you're dealing with defensive players, bro, you dealing with a different type of player. You know what I'm saying? Like it's totally different, bro. It's totally different. So you have to be able to navigate through that. But if you never knew how to navigate through that, then it ain't gonna work if you're the head coach. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, bro. You gotta be able to talk to men. You gotta be able to be a leader of men. You gotta be, bro. You're in the locker room with men, bro. You're in the locker room with like motherfucking superhumans in there, motherfucking X-Men, Marvel. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta get them. It's on you to get the best out of them. But if you don't know what the best is for them, or you don't know how to communicate that to them, you're gonna be fucked. And that's why we see some of these offensive coaches, losing their jobs because being a head coach ain't just calling plays. I'm sure Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, I think they are really good coaches. I don't think they just call plays. I think they go into these defensive meeting rooms ahead. This how I attack y'all. This how I would attack you. Hey, I need on this. If when you doing that right there, I would do this. You feel me? Like connecting with the players, even though you might not know exactly what's going on that defensive end. Inside of it, you can connect with them off of the knowledge that you have on offense. And now they come back to you, hey, coach, how should I have played this formation right here? And now you just building. But if you don't give a fuck about defense, bro, then your team, you're gonna have two separate teams in one team. And if you got two separate teams, you ain't got no team. That's it.
Whew, dropping knowledge right there. I like that, man. I like the perspective because that's true, man. If you can't connect with your people that are in-house of what you got going on, just like you said, it ain't working. But with that, my beautiful people, man, we appreciate you tuning in. My good brother Lip, take these people out, man. What you got?
Hey, man. Take care of yourself, man. Drink y'all some water. The weather changing. Get y'all some tea. Drink some fruit. But yeah, drink some fruit. Eat some fruit, man. Yeah, man. Y'all be easy, man.
May y'all be easy. We'll see y'all. Peace out, everybody.